and gentlemen, our first session this morning is on developing an action agenda for increasing raw cashew nut production to 1 million tons by 2030. Okay, so in the chair, we have the Vice President of ICA, Mr. Rohit Zantye, who's also the Chairman of RCN Committee. Our participants are five. Two of them are joining us online. We have Dr. Femina, who is the Director of DCCD, and she's joining us online for this session. Madam Femina is a PhD in horticulture. She has served as a Deputy Director at the Directorate of Areca Nut and Spices Development until 2024. And as a director, she formulates national programs for cashew and cocoa development and advises the Government of India on related policies. She has also authored over 15 technical articles and book chapters in horticulture. A big warm welcome to Ma'am Femina online. Mr. Indradev Pandey is our next contributor who's in the house with us. Mr. Indradev Pandey is the Chief Financial Officer at IFFCO Kisan SEZ Limited, bringing over 18 years of expertise in financial strategy, reporting and compliance. A CA by qualification, he has played a pivotal role in managing cash flow, financial planning and tax compliance across IFFCO's subsidiaries. He is recognized for his deep understanding of financial governance in large-scale agribusiness and infrastructure projects. Our next speaker in this session needs no introduction. Mr. A K Rao is the founder of Sri Vijay Lakshmi Cashew Industries and is a pioneer in the Indian cashew industry since 1985. With over 3 decades of experience, he's built a robust business as an importer, exporter, and international agent for raw cashew nuts and allied commodities. He's deeply committed to community service through Rotary and temple renovation. His flagship initiative, Vriksh Raksha, Vishwa Raksha, has distributed over 1.3 million cashew saplings to promote domestic cultivation and reduce import dependence. Our next speaker joining us online in this session is Mr. J. Dinakara Adiga, the Director, Directorate of Cashew Research, with over 2 decades of experience in horticulture and cashew crop improvement. He's a former professor of fruit science, contributed to the development of innovative technologies like cashew nut separators and moisture meters. He holds a PhD in horticulture from University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore, and is widely recognized for his advancing research in cashew productivity and sustainability in India. With this, I invite our chairperson, Mr. Rohit Zantye, and our other 2 speakers onto the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Well, on behalf of All India Cashew Association, it's my privilege to welcome you for one of the most important sessions, a session on developing action agenda on increasing raw cashew nut production to 1 million tons by the year 2030. India has long been a global leader in cashew processing due to our rich experience, skilled labor, and a robust domestic market. But today, we are facing a serious imbalance. Our domestic raw cashew production is not matching the requirement of the industry. As a result, we have to be heavily dependent on imports. According to the recent reports, the global raw cashew production is going to exceed more than 5.8 million metric tons this year. However, a significant share of the same will be contributed by the African countries. These countries are now focusing on local processing, obviously to provide employment and add value to their economies. But this means that the best of the quality of nuts will be reserved for domestic processing, and what's available for export for Indian processors may not match our quality requirement. This makes our session all more relevant. To safeguard the long-term future of Indian cashew processing, we must reduce the dependence on import and develop a robust domestic supply chain. However, reaching this 1 million tons target by 2030 is no less of a task. We need to overcome persistent challenges. And some of them are, there is no reliable data or real-time data on raw cashew production, making planning and decision-making very difficult. The cashew yields in India remain low as compared to global averages, largely due to outdated planting material and no scientific method of farming. The effects of climate change is visible, impacting flowering, fruit setting, and also pest management. There is also an urgent need to educate the farmers regarding sun drying, which will help manage cash flows for them and also maintain the quality of raw material. Pest control remains a major issue, with many farmers unaware about integrated scientific pest management techniques. One of the biggest challenges is, I strongly believe this, is poor quality of grafted plants supplied by unaccredited nurseries across the country, which affects the crop performance. Additionally, the cost and complexities of getting accreditation discourage small nurseries from becoming certified, reducing access to quality planting materials. To achieve this production milestone, we should focus on promoting high-yield grafted varieties, scaling up model plantation and nurseries accreditation, empowering farmers with training and extension, building a transparent, data-driven ecosystem for cost monitoring, increasing area under cashew cultivation, making cashew farming financially viable for the farmers, and looking at having additional income for the farmers through cashew apple as well as other crops. Well, this session brings together experts, stakeholders, policy thinkers who will discuss practical pathway forward. Let us all commit ourselves building a stronger, more self-reliant Indian cashew sector, one that is rooted in quality, sustainability, and long-term growth. With this, I now invite our esteemed panelists to begin what promises to be critical and constructive discussion. We'll begin the session with Dr. Femina, Director at DCCD, who will join us online to speak on DCCD initiatives in various states for expanding cashew cultivation.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Thank you. Uh, Once again, good morning, each and every one of you. And thank you, the organizers, for giving me this opportunity to speak on behalf of Directorate's initiative for various development programs in case of cashew. As you all know that cashew is a very important sector, a very potential crop in terms of nutrition, health, farmer security, livelihood status, entrepreneurship development, etc. And we know that the demand of cashew in the country is on higher side. It is on an increasing trend. But still the domestic production is not sufficient to meet the requirement. We do have many challenges in our sector existing due to low production, which is of course related with the existence of the old plantations, the incidence of pest and diseases, the climatic problems, during the flowering stages and all are certain type of challenges which exist in us. But in spite of all these things, we have the positive side as well. We have a very good agroclimatic condition prevailing in our country, which is feasible for the cultivation of the cashew. We have many good varieties which has been developed through the research efforts. We have technologies for increasing the production or productivity. So a concerted effort is definitely required to switch on the mode in an increasing path. That is the main mandate we all should be looking into. So with this background, I would like to start my presentation. Please share the screen. The mandate of our directorate, which has been established in 1966, is a subordinate office under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India. Directorate had a mandate of cashew only, but in the year 1997, cocoa was also transferred, and as since The name of the directorate was Directorate of Cashew and Cocoa Development since then. So as said, Directorate is a nodal agency for development of cashew and cocoa in the country. We do have a mandate of formulation and implementation of various development programs of cashew and cocoa. The main program which we are implementing is promotion of new planting area or establishment of area expansion programs. Along with that, we have replanting program also, which we of course are doing in association with various corporations and forest development institutions in the state. We have a coordination between the state also. That is the ministry. We act as a link between the state as well as the ministry. Then we have monitoring aspects also. The monitoring of cashew and cocoa development programs are implemented, which have been implemented through the MIDH, has been monitored through us, through various stakeholders meetings. Then we also compile the data on area and production of cashew and cocoa. Apart from that, we have many technology transfer programs, publicity programs related with the cashew and cocoa scenario, which includes the training program, seminars, national conferences, then this seminars and fair days, farm days. All these things are also a part of the programs which is implemented through our directorate, which also includes the awareness programs. So this is the mandate of our directorate. Now, with respect to cashew as all, we know that it's a crop which is not native to us, of course, was introduced in our country with a different motive. It was a soil binding crop. And because of that reasons only, mainly the cashew areas whichever established during those places were in for soil conservation and wasteland development projects only. That is one of the reasons presently now yielding to low productivity also. In many of the countries, this is a very important crop which is known which is known to combat the global warming also. So more than a cash crop, we know that this is a crop which has a leading role in the socio-economic upliftment of the rural India, which also gives employment opportunity to more than 1.5 million people in the country. So apart from the commercial side, this is also having a socio-economic upliftment in our rural India. So that is the importance of this particular crop. And we all know these all are the common things like the products which are being traded: raw cashew, cashew kernel, and CNSL. These are the three major products which is being sold. Now, with respect to the scenario, global as well as Indian, when we compare, we know that in global, almost 32 countries with an area of 6.16 million and production of 3.93 million tons is coming to the cultivation in India. It's being cultivated in 19 states. Almost the area is coming to 11.9 lakh hectares with production of 7.94 lakh tons. The productivity is low, 674 kgs per hectare, but there are states, there are the varieties which have the potential of more than 2 tons per hectare. In Maharashtra, the productivity is more than 1 tons. The major states are Maharashtra, Kerala, Goa, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Odisha, West Bengal, etc. Now, coming to the history of the development initiatives which has been taken since the inception, that is since the 1960 onwards, we had development programs initiated. That is from the fourth plan, this was initiated with the formation of AICCP. The forest department had led that area expansion during those times. Initially, there were no research support for the quality planting material also. After the sixth five-year plan, when the World Bank project came, then only certain states like Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and all were given importance for planting material. But that time it was the seedlings which were multiplied. In the seventh plan also, high yielding varieties were identified, but because of no enough research trials, all these were in very low pace only. 1991-92, that is after the 8th five-year plan, that was a breakthrough in which the softwood grafting came into existence, and then only more area was implemented during those time, that is almost 11 lakh hectares area, using elite clones was developed during that period. After the 8th plan only, regional nurseries and many research initiatives were also given through AICRPs. Then in the 8th, 9th, 10th plan, the same pace was maintained, which led to the development of macro management scheme, and which was then coupled with NHM, and now it is presently MIDH. So those were the initiatives which was taken during the earlier time. We know that the world production is increasing. It's increasing at a rate of 4%, whereas our Indian production is going on a very low pace at the rate of 1.8%. This is the export and import scenario of our country. We know that the export is on a dropping pace. The cashew kernel export dropped almost 60%. That is 30% in terms of quantity and 51% in terms of value is on negative trend. The cashew imports are on higher term, that is 34% is on increase, 77% in terms of value, the imports are rising. Similarly, in case of CNSL, we have an increasing trend, the export is increasing. This is the world consumption and Indian consumption. We know that the country India is the largest consumer of cashew kernels. So when we look at the trend of the cashew consumption here, we can see that it is on increasing trend. The percentage share of domestic consumption is on increasing. That means the import as well as the domestic production is being diverted into the domestic market. So our domestic market is growing because of the demand. Again, you can see the trend in domestic consumption here. The percentage share from 2014-15, we see that it is on increasing trend. So the demand is going on increasing. Now when we look at the prospect of cashew in our country, we know that there are many agroclimatic regions in our country, almost 17, 19 states are there which are growing cashew. We are blessed with a very suitable agroclimatic condition. There are many good varieties which has been developed by the research institution. The availability of the varieties has to be increased through various accreditation programs which is being implemented on the side of the directorate. Directorate is a nodal organization for accrediting the nurseries as well. So it is very imperative that the nurseries or the regional nurseries which has been established in every state should have good quality planting material to be produced, and for that very important is the development of the mother gardens or the scion gardens. So the scion gardens of high yielding varieties need to be established in every regional nurseries or strengthen, or those existing nurseries need to be strengthened with these new varieties so that the planting material of good quality varieties can be made available to the farmers. And we also have a very good processing sector here. So it has a capacity of more than 16 to 20 lakh tons. The potential areas which is available in our country that I'll be saying in my next slide. This is the state-wise area and production of our country. We see that the largest area is Orissa, whereas the highest in production is Maharashtra, which is followed by Andhra, Orissa and all. And from the data available, we see that there are more than 3,940 processing units which have more than 16 lakh ton processing capacity. As the earlier speaker also had told about the processing cost, which is very high in our country when compared to the countries like Vietnam. So which is also a probable reason for reduction in our export. Now coming to the development programs and schemes of Directorate. As I said, Directorate is implementing Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture, which is a centrally sector scheme of Government of India. In this, the first important program is about establishment of area plantation, that is area expansion program, which is with using high yielding varieties. The second one is replanting program. Then we have frontline technology demonstrations, both for normal density planting as well as high density planting. Then we have nursery establishment program, upgradation of the existing nurseries, and establishment of mother garden. These all are the nursery programs associated with us. And then we have publicity programs, that is crop promotion, district level seminars in which field level fair days, exhibitions, etc. are all arranged. Then HRD programs like farmer level training programs, exposure visits, cashew apple utilization program, etc. These all are the important development programs which this directorate is implementing. Let's see one by one. I have divided the entire program into 4 different aspects. The first one is planting material production. As I said, in that we have establishment of science gardens, then accreditation of nurseries, establishment of, in which we have both establishment of big and small nurseries and upgradation of the existing nurseries. The second part is about production and productivity. In this mainly we have new planting program, that is the area expansion, then replanting program, demonstration units, then intensive transfer of technology program. The third one is capacity building, in that farmer level exposure visits, training for the field level officials, field days, campaigns, and awareness videos. All these things are included. Then with respect to post harvest, we have training on cashew apple utilization, then training on that is with respect to cocoa, then establishment of primary processing units. These are the different activities. We are associating with various local panchayats, tribal extension departments, farmer producer organization, various ICR institutes, KVKs, universities. All these institutions are associated with us for implementing this program. Now, some of the potential areas which we have identified in various states are this. Identifying the potential areas, from the existing potential areas, we are identifying the FPOs or the NGOs or the farmer producer companies which can implement the development programs. We every year directorate targets almost 2,000 to 3,000 hectares of area, and the government of India, as per the government of India in the MIDH guideline, we have 30,000 rupees 30,000 per hectare for implementing this program. In this, we are meeting the cost of the planting material and the cost of the inputs. Rest of the amount is given to the farmers through DBT, that is direct beneficiary transfer in their accounts. That money will be given. This is given in 2 installments, that is in the ratio 60-40. The first year it will be 60, and in the next year, based upon the establishment of the first year, that is 80% survival should be there. With respect to 80% survival rate, we will be giving the money in the second year. And with respect to the area new planting program, the planting materials are always supplied through the accredited nurseries of this directorate. Directorate has accredited almost 56 number of nurseries in the country, which has the production capacity of almost 86 lakh tons. 86 lakh numbers. So from these, the planting materials are being procured and given to the farmers at their vicinity, so that the good quality planting materials are made available to them. So this is the entire way how this directorate is implementing this new planting program. That is, first the directorate assesses the quality of the planting material which is available in our nurseries, and then we have a price fixation, that is the graft material which has to be procured from these accredited nurseries. We have a committee and we fix the price of the grafted materials. Then the third step is to identify the clusters or empanel those agencies which are implementing these programs. For that also we have a committee. We screen the people who can implement the program with their existing performance or with a sort of interview and all. We select the FPOs and NGOs and then implement these programs through them. We select the individual beneficiaries. The beneficiary farmers are selected through these agencies, and then the planting materials are supplied to them. Then we have the our monitoring system, in which we form a joint inspection team and visit the entire place once again, whether the plantation has been established or not. Once it has been established, and based upon the survival rate, the money will be transferred to the farmer's account. That is the entire process by which we are implementing our new planting program. Then, as I said, the next one is about the nursery program. Here in this, we have we will be providing funds for establishing various nurseries. Under MIDH, it is the financial assistance is given at the rate of 10 lakh per hectare, 10 lakh for an area of almost 0.4 to 1 hectare area. And almost directorate has established 30 nurseries in case of public and private sectors in the last year. Uh, Apart from that, we have upgradation of the existing nurseries. Sometimes the existing nurseries need to be strengthened with mother gardens and all. In that case, we are giving support to those nurseries also to strengthen their existing infrastructure. That is given at the rate of 4 lakh up to 2 hectares area, for which includes, again, if they need the norms to meet the accreditation, like they should have a work shed, mist chamber, irrigation or fertigation unit. All these things are included in this 4 lakh hectares, 4 lakh area. These are again the planting material only. The next important aspect is about the senile plantation. We know that almost 33% of our area is senile out of our total present area, which is definitely contributing to low productivity. The main problem with this replanting is because cashew is, we all know that it's a scattered crop. We cannot get an area consolidated together for replanting the senile plantations. So in that case, it is a very difficult task. But the directorate is implementing these programs through the forest development corporations and development corporations, which is there in every state. Because as I said, during our earlier period, the plantations were established in these corporations only. So all those plantations which were established long before, that is before 1960s and all, has become senile. So we are focusing or targeting these corporations, and replanting program is being carried out in those areas. So for that, we have a financial assistance in which 24,000 per hectare is the rate, which we give for removal of the senile plantation, means completely cutting and removing the plantation. That is a process which is being implemented. And since 5/6/23/24, almost an area of 55,893 hectares were replanted in this smallholder sector, and almost 32,621 hectares in corporate sector. So all these together, we have done the replanting program. Then we have frontline technology demonstration. In case of frontline technology demonstration, it is very important that the demonstration has to be implemented in the farmer's field. So for that, we have normal density as well as high density planting system, with also technologies like any advanced technologies which can increase the production or productivity can be demonstrated in the farmer's field. For that also, we are giving assistance. For that, we have 4 different categories. That the first one is demonstration plot with high density planting with drip irrigation. For that, the maximum amount which we are giving is 1.125 lakh per unit. That is, per unit means 1 hectare, for meeting the cost of inputs and all the total. Then the second one is establishment of demonstration plots with high density planting in cashew. Earlier was with drip irrigation. This is normal. This is without drip irrigation. For that, we are giving 45,000 per unit. And the third one is demonstration plot with high yielding variety in normal density. Normal density with drip, for that we are giving 75,000 per unit. Then another one is varietal demonstration with normal density. This is without any drip irrigation system, only normal density. For that 30,000 is being given. So likewise, 4 different types or categories of demonstrations we are implementing. These are various frontline technology demonstrations which has been implemented. And again, high density planting, we all know that it's a very important concept now. The areas where there is lack of space, this particular technology has a potential. I think Adiga sir will be saying more about this technology, because they are implementing several high density program. Last year, we also have given them frontline technology demonstrations for high density planting implementation. So apart from that, we have this processing unit that is given at the rate of 10 lakh per unit. Then we have human resource development programs, as earlier I said about the cashew apple utilization and all. With respect to constraints and challenges, which was already discussed, these are the salient achievements. Now coming to the aspect of development strategy, what I was thinking is about to reduce. We know that import is an important process which is going since 10-20 years. And there is no way that we can increase our domestic production at a faster pace since this is a perennial crop. So the strategy which is very much feasible to me is about to reduce the import dependency to at least 50%. For reducing or to have such a target to 50%, the most important thing is to look into our trend, the way we are importing. So we took a data of almost 5-10 years before the import data, and it's seen that almost it's come to an average of 9 lakh tons via our import. And the demand which has been projected for the past next 10 years by calculating all these import export scenarios is almost 24.6 lakh tons. So in order to reduce the import by 50% is that we need to increase our domestic production by 4 lakh tons. So in that case, if we divide the entire country into 15 or 17 states, isn't it a big task to cover an area of almost 6,500 hectares every year, in every 15 state, which can of course contribute to almost 90,000 hectares per year and finally contribute to 9 lakh hectare per area per year. 9 lakh hectare area in a span of 10 years. So with our existing base here now is 11.9 lakh tons, and another 9 lakh ton to be 9 lakh hectares area to be added in this will definitely contribute to almost 20 lakh hectares of area in our loop for the next 10 years. Of course, the productivity improvement has to be taken up. Our productivity has to be increased to 1.5 lakh tons. It's not a big task. We have varieties, we have technologies which can be done. The senile plantations all can be replanted with the effort of the state government. Technology dissemination part, that is also important. This is a strategy which we had worked out for reducing 50% dependency on the import. In this, as I said, the our indigenous present import, average import is 9 lakh. With our anticipated indigenous production from the existing senile area, after reducing the existing senile area, I mean 30% of the area is senile. Out of the 11.9 lakh, if we keep 8.4 hectares as our potential area, we can see the productivity come to 8.4 lakh if we keep the productivity at 1 metric ton. It will be 8.4 lakh tons, and the anticipated indigenous production from the new area which we plan for the next 10 years, with a productivity between 1 to 1.5, it will be 11.8 lakh metric tons. With that, we can anticipate the production to almost 20 lakh ton, which can definitely reduce 50% of the import. So this is a strategy which can be feasible with the concerted effort of all the stakeholders, with all the development agencies and institutions together. I expect that a discussion on this matter as well. With this, I would like to end my presentation here. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Next, we have Mr. I.D. Pandey, CFO, IFFCO SEZ, who will speak on IFFCO's program for cultivation under leased land.
Vanakkam. Good morning to everyone. Namaskar. On behalf of IFFCO Kisan, I extend my sincere thanks to whole ICA team for this opportunity to present the exciting prospects at our industrial park located at Nellore, Andhra Pradesh. I remember a few months back only, I have a small discussion with Mr. UK Butts, advisor to ICA, regarding this event. Further, it is coordinated by Mr. Srivastav from Event Global, CEO and Director, and Mr. Funny, Convener, Governor ICA. So I congratulate the whole ICA team under the leadership of Mr. Rahul Kamatji for this wonderful convention. IFFCO Kisan is a wholly owned subsidiary of IFFCO, developed as a multi-product SEZ, spread across 2,776.23 acres, strategically positioned with excellent connectivity to ports, highways, and industrial corridors. IKCZ is designed to foster agriculture-centric industries. We have established a robust infrastructure to support the industrial development, including investor-friendly office space. So first one is our office building. where is a, we have a 36,000 of square feet of readily office space. So any investor can come and the day one, it can be a productive. So it is a plug and play kind of environment. So you come with your team and you can sit and start your, even though during the construction, you can be a productive. Second one is our whole industrial park is secured with a complete boundary wall. It is a 27-kilometer boundary wall. So it is a fully secured and round the clock 24/7 we have the security. Third one is we have the water supply through dedicated pump house. So this pump house have a 3 pump house. We have the 10 pipeline. We can daily basis draw the 45,000 KL water per day. So 2 pump can run simultaneously and one will be the standby. Next one is our board meeting room where it is well equipped for online meetings, offline meetings. It can occupy about 50 plus members at a time. So it will be well suited for even MSME and large MNCs. Next is a weighbridge. It is a capacity of 100 metric ton, which can be required for the special economic zones, and it is better to facilitate the exports. So even one container has been packed here, it will go directly, so there is no need for checking at port and all those. So because the development commissioner will sit on our office only, so you will be rest assured for all formality will be completed there, so your export will be very smooth. Next is a canteen facility. It can accommodate around 100 people at a time. So next is a communication tower to enhance the business operations. Our special focus is on agri-based industries, particularly those that add value to the industrial produce. One of the key opportunity we are highlighting today is the cashew processing. Given our location and connectivity, IKS is ideally suited for setting up the cashew processing units with access to both domestic supply chain and import sources. We are also developing a green belt over 620 plus acres, which can be leveraged for demonstration plants, showcasing best practices in cashew productions, training and capacity building models for stakeholders. In this green belt, already we are leveraging to FRI Dehradun for they are studying a neem plantation, which can be like a normal traditional neem. It is a growing period of 5 to 10 years, but this neem have a excellent capacity. It will grow 3 years. So their seeds and quality of seeds like urea coating neem, it will be available better. So we are promoting that activity also. To encourage the investment, special terms and customized policy may be considered for cashew processing unit and other agri-based ventures. So why we should associate with the IKSCZ? So first is our strategic location. We are right on the NH16, this Chennai to Kolkata highway. So it is located in Nellore to Kavali in between. So 2 cities adjoining us. So better employment availability is available. Nellore is also an educational hub. So if we see 2 ports are nearby us, if we go to our northern side, Krishnapatnam port is there. Southern side, the proposed Ramayapatnam is there. So both are about 50 kilometers away from our site. In eastern side, the railway line is crossing. So we have the provision of railway site also. So it is a good location for any logistic hub also. There is a new proposed airport in the Nellore. It is a Dagdharti. So if we see from the our side, the northwest corner, from the Crowfly, it is only hardly 3 kilometers away. By road, it is about 15 kilometers away. So it is once it is come, that will be another advantage for the investors. Second is supportive policy and flexible policies. So, but we don't have any standard mechanism so that we can offer for all industry. Rather, we see the actual requirement of the person, either a MNC, it's MSME, what is their product industry. So based on that, we give them what is the best suited terms. So we give the land on lease only. So we give minimum 33-year lease and maximum 99-year lease. So based on the industry and investor, we can see. Then our infrastructure is tailored for industrial growth. Like all the existing unit, we have already 3 investors present there. One is Siemens. They are in the wind blade manufacturing. And second is Coca-Cola. They had to start their operations. So by next year, might be they will start. And another is a Chennai-based exporter. So they are mostly doing the Europe, especially vegetables and garden items they are doing. Based on this, uh, further we are committed for the sustainable development, being a parental institution, IFFCO. We are very transparent to the investor, especially our vision is to empower the farmers. So we invite entrepreneurs, investors, and collaborate to join us in unlocking the potential of this region and building a future-ready, agri-focused industrial ecosystem. Thank you for your time and attention. I look forward to engaging with you further during the networking session.
Thank you, ID Pandey. We are delighted that Cashew can have 620 acres of additional land for growing. Only one thing I request you is you can work with ICAR for selecting the best varieties which is ideally suited for that land. Next we have Dr. Dinakara Adiga, Director ICAR, who will join us online to present on new cashew graft varieties released and their impact. Here we are happy to share at ICA that 50 varieties of new graft which are released, Netra Jumbo and Netra 1 I think, were distributed to farmers in Goa, and the feedback on the same will be shared with all the members as well as with the research institute. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohit. The issue is how to achieve 10 lakh tons. Number one, we have to recheck the data. The realistic estimate is not happening at present, and we might have reached higher production also. We don't know. It's based on sample survey. But first and foremost thing is that to increase the raw nut production, we have to hit upon weak points. The number one area is occupied by Odisha, followed by Andhra Pradesh, followed by Maharashtra, as you could see from the presentation of Dr. Femina. But look at the productivity. It's 500 kg, 600 kg. And Maharashtra, fine, they have crossed 1 ton per hectare. Look at Tamil Nadu, look at Karnataka, look at Kerala. They are all, I think, hovering between 500 to 600 kg per hectare. We should aim at increasing the productivity in those potential areas where cashew has already occupied a largest area. Area expansion is not happening as per our expectation. To reach the expected market demand by 2047, we need to spread at the pace of around 30,000 hectares per year, which is not happening. And for the past 10 years, it's happening at 15,000 hectares per year. Why it is not happening? We have to go to the root cause of it. Market price. The farmer is very intelligent. Unless he gets a price of say 150 rupees or 160 rupees a kg, he will not go for cashew. He will go for areca nut, he will go for cocoa, he will go for coconut. So there should be a synergy between processors and farmers to see that the farmer ensures the quality, at the same time he gets a due price for his raw nut. So our domestic consumption is increasing over year by year. It means to say that our purchase capacity of a common man has increased. He can afford to eat cashew at a higher price. And you can fix at a higher price, and why can't you encourage the farmers to produce a quality produce? So to do that to happen, the farmer once looks for a price, then reduced cost of cultivation and intensification of the cultivation. All these aspects we have to hit at in order to achieve 10 lakh tons. So with this in mind, our research interventions have gone in increasing the productivity and increasing the quality and reducing the labor cost in the production of cashew. So in this connection, recently we have developed 3 jumbo nut hybrids. The Netra Jumbo 1, as you can see in the slide, it can reduce the manpower requirement for harvest to the tune of 50%. The cost of labor is reduced mainly because just by picking 70 nuts, a farmer can realize 1 kg of raw nut. Otherwise, in a small nut varieties, he has to pick 170 to 190 nuts to realize 1 kg. You look at the labor required for picking 70 nuts versus labor required for picking 180 nuts. And other thing is the easy peeling of testa. This is from processing point of view. One can process the quantities of nut, higher quantities of nuts in a reduced time as the testa is loosely attached to the kernel. Other thing is uniform size. The grading, size grading will be saved to a great extent if the cultivation of this jumbo 1 is encouraged at farmers level. Then yield, there's no compromise with the yield. We can easily expect 2 tons per hectare. This was realized under rain-fed conditions and poor soil status, under eroded soil conditions. But if you apply recommended dose of fertilizer in a good soil, and why India is lagging behind Vietnam and Cambodia, and as per the data what I got on LinkedIn, Cambodia has already overtaken India with more than 8 lakh tons of production. So why they are going ahead of us is because their soils are fertile, their cultivation practices are intensive, and that is why production is going up. It is not something wrong with the variety. It's wrong with the practices. It's something wrong with the technology that's being adopted by the farmers. So unless farmers gets a good price, he won't adopt whatever technology available at his hand. He will not go for such a technology unless the cultivation is profitable, the production is profitable to him. Next one, please. So Netra Ganga is another jumbo nut hybrid. It's suitable for high density planting. You know what, the traditional planting, we accommodate around 200 plants per hectare, and a high density, we can accommodate 625 plants per hectare. And if you realize just to the tune of 3 to 4 kgs a plant, there itself you can harvest around more than 2 tons under high density. It's a very pruning responsive variety. Again, jumbo nut. It can save the labor. Netra Jumbo 2 is another jumbo nut hybrid recently released. Again, peeling of testa is very easy. Shelling percentage is high. What do you say? The kernel outturn ratio is in all these are above 50. It will go up to 54, 55 in jumbo series. Again, you can save on labor. And Bhaskara is a variety. You know, the tea mosquito bug is a big menace in cashew. In most of the cashew cultivating areas in the west coast, the plantations once attacked by tea mosquito can have an yield loss to the tune of 40 to 60%. But we have a variety which can escape the attack of tea mosquito bug with this medium season flowering habit, and because of which it is also resilient to the climate adversities, mainly the lack of moisture in the summer. This crop can grow even with the very, very little residual moisture in the soil, and yield potential is excellent. It's a very popular variety. And another technology apart from varieties is high density and ultra high density planting. So high density planting can accommodate 625 plants per hectare, whereas ultra high density can accommodate 1,111 to 1,600 plants per hectare. even if you realize an yield of say 4 kg from 1,100 plants per hectare, your production will be 4 tons. And the farmers have realized in Karnataka, parts of Karnataka, especially Sagar, by planting VRI3. And recently we have developed Bidan bonsai Cashew. You can trim these plants and you can maintain them like a bonsai plant, and you can accommodate up to 1,600 plants per hectare. Where is 200 per hectare? Where is 1,600 per hectare? And definitely you can accomplish higher productivity per unit area, and thereby 10 lakh ton should not be a cause of concern, according to me, with the available technologies. The only thing is there should be a synergy between processors and farmers. Processors should encourage farmers to produce more per crop, per drop, more crop per drop. And this is how, and we are there for technological interventions, whatever the technology you need. Recently, we have developed machines also. Instead of, see, manually you can separate only 10 kg per hour separation of nuts from apple, whereas with our machine, you can separate 300 kgs an hour. So look at the innovation. These machines are already commercialized. They are now available in the market, and we have got some more machineries coming up to harvest, blemish-free apples. And there is one more suggestion, like even if you add value, and if you have a contract with the farmers to add value to their apples, like just collecting apples, then just press them and collect the juice and supply it to the needy processors, or it may be processors who are processing fenny, they can be supplied with the raw cashew juice. And that way, the farmer will get an additional benefit and he will have a trust over processors. And that is how we can be self-reliant, self-sufficient. And in days to come, we have to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. And thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. That's all from my end.
Thank you, sir, for a wonderful presentation. So we are happy to inform that you must be also aware that Indian farmers earn the highest remuneration price per kg for the output compared to African counterparts. But the total income of Indian farmers may be less than global counterparts because of lower yield. And farmers have to concentrate on increasing the yield. The price they are getting, I think, is 40% premium over the Western counterparts. Secondly, we are, as an industry, we are always happy to pay the right price to the farmer. But what we have seen is there is reluctancy from customers to pay higher price for the produce. So it is the market dynamics. We have to see how it goes. Next, we have A K Rao, President of KCMA, owner of Sri Vijay Lakshmi Cashews, who will share insights on efforts of Karnataka Cashew Manufacturer Association to expand acreage under cashews.
Good morning to all. First of all, we all, the audience, to be more active now, to get 10 lakh tons of cashew production in India. I will begin with the optimism, positive mentality, and bullish thinkings. This need not be 10 lakh metric tons. Let us think about 25 lakh tons by 2040 or 2045, or more than that by 2050. It is possible. Now we are here, joined together to make things possible of impossible ones. Let us have big dreams in our mind. Why can't we grow 25 lakh tons in India? We only gave a lot of our know-how about cashew to the world. The major researches are in our country, particularly in Karnataka, where we are getting very low production of cashew, RCN. From the beginning, we heard so many presentations. Throughout, we heard 650 kg per acre. Now Maharashtra is crossing 1,150 kgs per hectare. There itself is the confusion. One of the earlier conferences, they presented 25 lakh hectares land is available in India. As per the latest, so many grafting and so many other latest developments in the nursery, they are all, everybody is telling that we can get minimum 8 to 10 kgs per plant. And if you go for densing farming 400 plants per acre, forget about it. Normal plantation 150, 160 plants per acre. Per acre I am telling you, not per hectare. Even 160 plants, you can imagine 5 kg, it will come 800 kg per acre. Then where is the hectare? These figures, figures are all confusion. You see, now the thing is, why cannot work? And giving advices, PPT presentations, making papers, nothing. We have seen so many things in the so many years. Our entire life in Cashew is almost finishing now. Most of our people are those who are more than 30, 40 years now. How many years we can work in this field? Our experiences are all in the vein only now. So these reality things basis, we have to jump now, how to move forward. That need not be 10 lakhs per ton, because already I think in few days back in one of the magazine we saw, it is already this year 8.5 lakh tons, 8.7 lakh tons. Then 10 lakh, next year itself we will get 10 lakh tons. This is not the question, but why? And another thing, let us think that what yesterday and today also it is mentioned here, it is global raw cashewnut production is crossing 5.8 million tons, maybe nearer to 6 million tons. So it is good only. Let it be 10 million tons. Let us be prepared for processing those materials. We also increase our production. We also increase our processing capacity. Whatever is possible, we grow more cashew here. Rest we keep on trying for importing the material. But let us be open, all the facilities are flexible. Why have to restrict? If we have to reduce import, why we have to reduce the import? We need not reduce the import. We increase production. We increase RCN production, by processing also. Then only we can reach our the good old days. More than 9 decades we ruled the world in cashew. Let us come back to that situation. Be always aggressive in this field. Only thing is so many things has to be very transparent. Otherwise, many people are burning their hands. We have to take care about those things. So this way only I would like to present here with some of my own ideas with my last 10 years experiences with the farmers. I would like to present before you. Mainly what I have seen, why farmers are not favorable to this cashew plant, planting cashews, even though if they are small holdings in the land, because minimum 3 years they have to wait for taking the production out of that. Because it is already your grafted plants, within 2 years you cannot go for, in the first year itself you get flowers and seeds, but you have to cut it 2 years or minimum 3 years you have to, because early bearing is dangerous to the tree. So they have to wait for that. For those 2 years, 3 years, they are not ready to wait. So for that, what we can do? For those farmers, on not the declaration basis, practically if they have succeeded in planting and keep it alive, and if the plants are alive and in good conditions, what we can support to concentrate on more planting such our cashew plants. This is because everywhere we see in our Karnataka upper portion, northern portion of area, so many local crops like 3 months they are getting harvesting. So when they are getting such things, they are not interested to go for cashew, even though cashew is growing there. Now even though we supply on free basis also, no, for that's 2-3 years, something they want to get returns for that. So how we can take care of all these things? It may work together, but mind setting is very important. Who has to do all these things? Probably we can go for, through ICA, public-private partnership for developing this one, because reaching the government is very difficult. Because for all these things, finance is very important. Individuals, there is a limit for spending the finance, how much they can do. If you go for if you give a responsibility to all the individuals here, they can concentrate for actually we have done 5 acres or 10 acres somewhere, go and do, but it is of no use. We need the gigantic way of working for growing this one along with the farmers. Even though the share of our raw cashew nut in the national level, the value-wise compared to other commodities is lower only. But still it is needed. But see today the first session, Gaurav Patil, he at the end what he told, he is bullish only about this cashew. So a lot of scope is available. Now this food ingredients changed now. You can imagine why the Olam is almost the pioneer of standardizing this cashew processing all over the world and finding new things. Why they are reduced own processing? Now they are concentrating the next part. How much, such a big way they are doing it without such a scope, are they do it? So we have a lot of scope in this because it's a consumable items. Nature keep on gives it. Even if we fail also, nature will not fail. Even we are not there to process those materials or convert that, somebody will come there. So our, whatever knowledge we have accelerated so far, now it is best time to make the best things out of the happenings. So, need not worry for getting RCN, but immediately is the problem. Time is very constrained there. Immediately you cannot get it. So, that is what I am thinking, that private-public partnership may help in a better way, very transparent way. And farmers, you know, we have to be very careful in dealing with the farmers also. So that we can do if we all join together. At least we can start, make a good beginning, it will help. Somebody keep on carrying it, not to stop it. Let it be like a moving, a flowing water. Then only it will, we can see some progress out of that. Next, farmers need, most of the farmers, what I have seen is, even though they are small, they don't have facilities for drying their material. They don't have the facility to keep their material in warehouses or to raise funds through some financial institutions. So for that, warehouse facility, drying are together. It may also help us, that surely it will help. And for that also, government and semi-government institutions may help us. We have to join with them, and it may help us to increase the demand of our necessities. One more thing is cashew apple. We are seeing in many places during the cashew season, this procurement season, some small stakeholders are collecting these fruits and removing the juice out of that with preservatives. They can keep it up months together. And for such things, we need to support. That will help to get more price to the farmers also, and for us also, the quality of the material also will improve because of that. And per kg, what liquidity, what the farmers can get also, we can try to increase that amount also. It will help us to grow more cashew also. Some of the companies, CSR projects, through AICA we can approach such companies. It also help us. Donations will help us, direct or indirect donations. Those who are interested to participate in this one and to support the nurseries and to support the farmers, we can do this one. Some companies I heard this for carbon greenery something. Carbon credits. But here the main problem is we have so many things we can do this, we can do this, we announced this type of project. So many programs are there. But transparency and to know everybody, there is no such things. That is the main problem is there. So this carbon credit is a very good project actually, because I got connection with some people in this respect. Already we are moving a little bit forward. Practically what will happen, we have to wait and see. After 2-3 years, I will come to know. The thing is, for carbon credit, some of the companies are contributing to on the basis of success of plants. How much expenses so far we have done, for that some percentage they are ready to bear. But they make all inspections and everything. It is a good project, but for those who are interested in supporting these farmers, they can go. But how to do and all these things is the question. So I think ICA also, if it move in this direction, it will help definitely. And whatever with the limited time, I have expressed my opinion. And one more thing is, I would like to place before you that we can make east coast and west coast of India. Now let us consider for the first 2-3 years, let us target at least 5 lakh tons from the west coast, 5 lakh tons from the east coast. Thereby, let us be a competitive movement from east and west, so that we can increase our production also. For that, whatever is required through ICA, we can do the same thing. One more thing is, now with the whatever statistics we have recovered here in the presentations, nearly 12 lakh hectares are in the cashew production now in India, getting as 7.8 lakh tons something. Very bad productivity. But now, as per the earlier declaration from same this DCCD, 25 lakh hectares is available in India. So that means another 13 lakh hectares is available. Even though we go for 1 ton per hectare, 13 lakh tons we can grow. 13 plus existing 7 lakh tons means 20 lakh tons easily we can grow. The thing is, for everything we can do, but we should have that commitment, and some sort of sacrifice nature is required. Otherwise, we cannot go for this. One of our friend in the audience, Mr. Bhagat Lalwani, gave me a suggestion yesterday. Let us swear, all of those who are participated in this ICA, that we take some oath here in the audience that we will support to this big program of increasing RCN production in India. Hope we can do it. With the permission of the President, I move forward in that direction. Please tell your names when I tell. I, raise your hands, please. Please stand up, everybody. Please stand up, everybody. I, A K Rao, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the work of increasing RCN production in India, and will do the best of my ability, serve as a living example of this organization, philosophy and beliefs. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll ask 1-2 questions, and then it's open for the audience. To begin with, this year when we had the Cashew conference in Dubai, I was a speaker to talk on estimated Indian crop for 2025. And there I mentioned that this looks to be a good year and we're going to have a normal crop. But unfortunately, in Konkan and full west coast, the grafted variety failed by 30%. And monsoons came in early, there was another 10% of the crop which was washed away. Unfortunately, till today, we don't know the reason for the crop which failed miserably, and what preventive action we should take so that this is not repeated in future. My question to Dr. Femina is that many cashew processors feel that the current crop estimate may not reflect the actual ground reality and may in fact be slightly overstated. Do you think there is a need to revisit and improve the current method of crop estimation?
Definitely, that is an important point which has been mentioned, and directorate is also looking into those lines, thinking on those lines only. Because in the year 2004 or 5 only a baseline survey was conducted, and it's high time that such a survey has to be repeated once again. And in this year, directorate has taken step in one state to be implemented a baseline survey. Similarly, if that is successful, we will be trying to replicate it in all other cashew growing states as well, which will definitely have an realistic figure of both area and production.
Thank you, ma'am. This is, I think, much needed. My question to Dr. Femina and Dr. Adiga again is, how can we ensure that only quality planting material reaches farmer? There is a very high cost for accreditation. Is there a simple way to support the process so that more nurseries can be certified, especially the small one? I personally feel that the biggest reason for low yield is the quality of planting material which is supplied by unaccredited nurseries. And just to point here, Goa is like known for cashews, one of the premier places where the cashew came to India was through Goa. And we don't have a single accredited nursery in Goa. So what graphs is being distributed by the nurseries or being planted, there is no control on that. So can we have both speakers to,
Yeah.
join on?
In case of accreditation, the norm or the cost which is being fixed is by the government, which is 3,000 as a fee for accreditation. That is including the cost of committee members who all are visiting the places and all. So it is already been fixed by the government. That is a standard rate. And what you said is a very important issue, that there are so many unregulated nurseries all over, which are selling, even the seedlings are also being sold through these nurseries. Last time when I had visited in the state of Gujarat, what I could see is that though we are supplying the planting material through these accredited nurseries, but there are several other schemes of forest department or soil conservation department wherein the seedlings of the cashews are also being sold or being given to the farmers, which of course is reflecting, and again the farmers will be planting, that will be having an impact on the yield as well. So such type of things are also there. We are giving publicity in a larger scale that it is mandatory to supply the planting material only through the accredited nurseries, but still such an awareness has not reached to the ground level. Even the state department in every state has to take initiative in this regard. That is my request to all the state representative, if anybody who is participating here in this meeting as well, to tell the farmers in those areas that it is mandatory to get it certified, and unless and otherwise it is certified, we have not supposed to sell the planting material.
Dr. Adiga, can we have your...
Yeah, right now, uh, more area is coming under improved varieties. However, the plantations under corporation sector that constitute around 33% of the area. They are under old and senile plantations, and they are poorly managed. See, first of all, cashew is given the least fertile soil in West Coast and East Coast, except for non-traditional areas wherein of recent the area is getting increased and cashew is getting a fertile soil. So given such condition, and on top of that, most of the farmers, they don't apply fertilizers. So when you do not apply fertilizers and when the soil is very poor, you cannot expect higher yield. Even when the variety is good, when the cultivation practices are not followed, when weeding is not done, when fertilizers are not applied, and the least fertile soil is reserved for cashew, yield will not increase. So, under such circumstances, we have to convince farmers in such a way that if you practice applying fertilizers and giving a better soil to cashew, you can get more crop from unit area. So if that is done, we have been doing it, but we are a small institute. We can only intervene in research aspects and to certain aspects on extension, but to a larger extent, to state departments, Department of Horticulture or Department of Agriculture. They have to make farmers aware that if you apply fertilizers, definitely the yield will be enhanced by 1.5 times. So this has to be done. It's State Department of Agri and Horticulture or maybe Forest Department. They have to take care of.
One last question from my side to Mr. A K Rao. In a region like coastal Karnataka, farmers often prefer high-income crop like areca nuts. How do you convince them to choose cashew instead? And more importantly, how do we shift the mindset of of the farmers to that cashew should not be only grown on marginal, non-arable land? Because what I believe the income per hectare from cashew is approximately around 1.5 to 2 lakhs. Whereas on areca nut, even though it requires more labor, the income can go up to 10 lakhs.
Areca nut is after harvesting, they will dry it for 35 to 40 days so that they can store that material for next 1 year or 2 years also. According to their needs, when the price is up and the market is good, they can sell. But the most of the cashew, because of one is the small holding is the problem. But now with the present situation, whatever may be the quantity of cashew, if they can dry it properly, and if they store the material, because India, because of a lot of festivals, the prices keep on going up and down, and we know which time the prices are going up. So now those things are acquiring by either traders or some of those who see finally what will happen in these commodities, demand and supply time. When the supply is more, then there is not much demand. The financial part will play its role. So there's in such times automatically farmers will get the problem because of all these things. Their weakness is creating problem for them. For that they have to now it is time for them also to dry it properly, and lot of now facilities available in and around in almost all over India now. This your cooperative societies and semi-urban banks and all these things are supporting for all these things. But if they go through for all these things, they store that material and available throughout the year dried materials. It helps them because the maximum price they can get out of that. So automatically accuracy they can increase out of that. That is the best way.
We'll take one question from the audience.
My question to Dr. Femina and Dr. Adiga. I agree with your point that it is the economic to the farmers and to improve the productivity. Farmers do not get good value, and how they'll focus on the increasing the acreage and productivity. But as an industry or as a processor, we take the riskiest part. We take the risk. We are exposed to the market vagacity, and we provide the employment. But as a government body, what is the alternate way that through the cashew planting, the farmers can improve their revenue? Out of box thinking, today from the corn, if the ethanol is getting produced, the government, the OMC is paying 60 rupees a liter. So something like that, as a government, are you working to improve the revenue streams on alternate way? That is my question. Thank you.
So that question is for Dr. Femina.
Revenue in the sense of processing. I didn't get your question correctly.
Alternate way of getting additional revenue to the farmer, like whether the cashew apple can be used for product, just out of box thinking, if the cashew apple can be used for ethanol production, and OMC can fix a price for that, and that could be an additional revenue. The similar line, if something that can be worked on.
See, in case of government, we do have support for the farmers through our MIDH, in which we are already supplying the planting material free of cost to the farmers. So I'm telling on part of the planting material, incentives which is being given to the farmers to make them motivated, or to make them, interested to cultivate this particular crop. So the experience which I would like to share from my own experiences in the state of Gujarat. Last time when I had visited, I saw that though we are giving incentive to the farmer for cultivating cashew as a free of cost, we are giving the planting material to them. They are cultivating cashew in an area on the hill or on the terrain side and all. But instead of that, they are purchasing the mango of their own. Planting material are purchased at a very high cost and they are planting it in a very fertile area, that too under a very protected condition and all, giving all those kind of care and measures which need to be given to a crop which has been established recently. So I asked them personally that what is the difference of maintaining such a rational difference between these two crops when cashew is a crop which is given to you free of cost. So what he is saying is that even if you are giving it free of cost, we are not getting the money after selling cashew, and the money which we after selling mango is entirely different. So that is the kind of a mindset which the people have or the farmers have towards this particular crop. That is one of the reason for that. And it is very difficult even to change the mindset because we don't have a centralized procurement system for procuring this particular crop at a fixed rate or so. So in that way also, that is also confining to it. Apart from that, in case of processing, I think every state department has incentives or programs in which they can support the FPOs, FPCs through various post-harvest measures and all. Definitely, we are also doing on those lines. So all those government schemes are available, but it is not being made use into a proper way. That is my experience, which I have seen so far.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. With this, with your permission, we conclude this session. Gentlemen, if your questions are meant for the people on the panel, I request you, I urge you, please reach out to them off stage and please do continue to engage with each other. With this, as we conclude this session, everyone, a round of applause for our online contributors and our real-time contributors on the stage. Mr. Zantye, may I request you to please present a memento to both our delegates present.